Welcome to my MS Simple Meditation Technique. I'm going to walk you through the steps and I'm going to talk about the benefits of meditation and my journey with meditation since living with MS. I'm DeTracey. I'm the founder of Women Thriving with MS, and I help guide women to go from surviving with MS to striving with MS to thriving with MS. And we do that through the YouTube channel, Women Thriving with MS. Be sure to click that button for subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications. One-on-one coaching, online programs, our free Facebook group, Women Thriving with MS, and membership. First, I would like to share with you about how I got started in meditation. I actually was doing it long before being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. However, when I came home from the hospital and my diagnosis, I was a big hot mess. And I had never been really consistent about meditation before living with MS. So for me, I had that big question mark. You ever have that? The big question mark saying like, where is my life at now? It's just horrible. I don't know what I'm going to do. The end of the world is coming. Well, I was there and I realized I needed to make some changes in my life. I just didn't know what they were at the time. What I did know is that I felt extremely isolated. I was single and living at home and grappling with my future. I started by reading a book by Susan Piver. Her life was a hot mess in a different way, and she used meditation to really figure out how to have more control in her life. And that really inspired me. And she talked about doing a meditation retreat for 2 days, silent. So I tried it. It was a crazy idea at the time, but I thought, why not? And then I started sitting and doing meditation regularly. I still felt this sense of isolation. And that's when I found a meditation group that I could attend. And that was run by a woman named Kira. And I was around other people and meditating. And how amazing was that? And she would guide us through, and we would meditate for up to 20-30 minutes. And that was new to me. So I was excited about learning how to do that. And her perspective on meditation was more relaxed than a lot of Buddhist or meditation gurus. I appreciated that about her. I found that gave me permission to find my own way in terms of meditating. I attended silent retreats and did a lot of meditation there. Now I want to share with you this simple technique that you can learn yourself. Now, if you've never tried meditation before, don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. It may be messy at first. It doesn't matter if it's messy in the beginning. It's okay. MJ is the latest teacher that I have learned so much from around meditation. And one of the things that she talks about is around doing meditation for 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day. That's it. And I find doing it first thing in the morning or early in the day to be beneficial. Because if I don't do it early in the day, forget it. It's just not going to happen. MJ Ryan was told this as well, but she said, you know what? Mornings are not my thing. I can't do it early in the day. So her and her husband, after they have their dinner, they sit and they do their 10 minutes of meditation. So finding the best time to do it and the best place to do it is ideal. Ideally, you don't want to be interrupted during that time. So if you can be in a closed room and have a door behind you closed, that makes a big difference. What MJ told me that I found very helpful is how when you meditate, what it does is it helps calm your nervous system, even 10 minutes. And it helps build resilience and capacity so that when you're navigating in the world, whether it be struggling with fatigue and feeling like you've hit a wall, or dealing with a difficult conversation, you can tap into that breath work because you're doing it regularly and help calm your nervous system. It can be very, very powerful. So let's talk about the actual breathing technique. The key in meditation is to breathe into your belly. You want to avoid breathing into your chest. If you take a breath in now and you put a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest and you breathe in and out, where do you notice the breath? If you notice it in your chest, that means that your breathing capacity is very low. You're not using a lot of your lung capacity. We want to breathe into the belly. That is a very grounding force to the body in a positive way. So you can start by putting your hands on your belly. Just love that belly as you take a breath in through your nose and breathe down to your belly. You'll notice that your belly will expand. And then as you breathe out through your nose, you'll notice that your belly will contract. Now, if it's not doing that automatically, that's okay. You can fabricate that process until you get used to it. You can practice breathing in and pushing your belly out. And then as you breathe out, you push your belly in. Belly out, belly in. Belly out, belly in. So try that a few times. If you want to pause the video to do that, go ahead. The next step that I want to talk about is your posture, how you're sitting. It's really important that you can have your feet touching the floor. So I'm moving my body forward a bit so that my feet are flat on the floor. They're an anchor as well as my bum. So just take a moment to get yourself into that position, or you can watch the video later and do it. Notice your feet anchored to the floor, and then imagine that you have a string, like a puppet, a marionette, pulling you up so that you're sitting tall with your posture, yet your shoulders are down. That's what we're aiming for here. So you can try that out and see how that feels. And the hands, the palms of the hands are resting on the legs comfortably. So we've got the feet anchored to the floor, the butt anchored to the chair, the puppet string pulling you up with the shoulders coming down, and your hands are on your legs. And now you're ready to go. Yay! Good stuff. If you made it this far in the video, you're doing great, even if you haven't had a chance to practice it yet. So let's keep going. So in this position, what we're doing is we're getting comfortable. You can even put your chin down a little bit. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, belly expand, out through the nose, belly contract, like a balloon being blown up and then released. In, belly out, breathe out, belly in. Now you notice sometimes I'm closing my eyes because when I'm meditating, I'm either closing my eyes or I'm just resting them in a low position looking down. But I recommend when you get started here in the beginning that you just close your eyes. It's one less thing to be distracted by. And notice that when you do this, you may hear sounds around you. You're just going to continue breathing into the belly and letting it expand and breathing out. That's it. That's all your job is. And it's not even a job. It's like a treat. As you do that, you might notice a sound. You might have a thought popping into your head. And that's okay too. You can just notice that thought. You can even say the word thought if you want, and then just let it go. Almost like the waves coming to the shore with a thought and then taking that thought away. And maybe in the beginning, you're saying the word thought over and over again because the thoughts are coming in a lot and then they're going out. And all you're doing is noticing them in and out and in and out. I like to use a timer. This is an app that I have on my iTouch. This is a very old device. It's 12 years old. I still use it for meditation. You can use your phone. I use an app called Zazen Lite. It's spelled Zazen and Lite. You can find lots of apps for meditation that have a sound that's very nice. I'd like to play this sound for you so that you can hear it. It's lovely. Isn't that nice? And the sound just carries for a while. It's still actually going on right now. And then it stops. And then it goes on at the end as well, to remind you that you're done. And you can go, yay, I did 10 minutes. You know what though? You can start with 5. That's okay too. If you want to start with 5 and just say, I did it, then that's awesome. Let's just do a few minutes together practicing that, and then I'll add an extra step. So let's just recap before I put the timer on here. Feet flush on the ground, they're your anchor, as well as your butt on the chair. Then you have a string that's pulling you up with your shoulders down and your hands on your lap. And we're going to focus on belly out, belly in, belly out, belly in, belly out, belly in. So when you hear the timer, I'm just going to get this going. You hear the timer, we're going to get started. So how did that go for you? Just that 1 minute of it. Belly out, belly in. Once you are able to do that and just notice the belly going out and the belly going in, breathing in through your nose, you got it. If you want to add another technique just to help you concentrate but not be too focused, you can do this. You can actually just listen to the breath going in and out. So just paying attention to that. And what you'll notice over time is that you'll probably just get into a rhythm with the breathing in and out, and you don't even need to think about it. But in the beginning, it's good to be aware of that, because that helps you get into the habit of breathing with the belly going out and in. And once you get into that habit system, then you can add in there just noticing the sounds. No, I was going to call it the noise, the sounds of the breath going in and out. And that's it. 10 minutes. So here becomes the question, how often are you going to do this? How often are you going to do 10 minutes? Well, of course, I recommend every day. But let's face it, maybe that's not realistic for you and maybe not to start. So I recommend that you pick 3 days a week that you can do it. Ideally in the morning before you start your day. If that's not possible, then pick another time in the day when you can commit to that and put it in your calendar so that you get a reminder telling you on your phone, hey, it's time to meditate now. And sometimes for people that have young kids, they're getting up early to meditate, or they're doing it at bedtime. So let me know how that goes for you. I'm really excited that I'm able to share this process with you, because I've been gifted by so many teachers, and I want you to know what that MS simple meditation technique is and how you can apply it in your life. I'll see you soon.